What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rue's Reviews and welcome back to another app review. Today we are talking about Any Card at Any Time by Sébastien Macak and Felipe Molina. So let's get into this. So before we start, as always, I should give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Brown Bear Leather Goods. Brown Bear Leather Goods are a company based out in Dubai that make, in my opinion, the best handcrafted leather personalised items for magicians. And if you use my special discount code RUESENTME, all in block capitals, I'll place that just below here, you'll be able to get 15% off your next leather order with them. All links are below. So here we go, another app review. The app review has just been coming in thick and fast for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I think lockdowns happened and creators have just gone, right, I can put some time into focusing on specific apps. And what's great about apps is that they're on your phone, right? You don't have to carry specific props for them. They're all on your phone, which is why I've given them their own little segment in my review series. So if you go to the playlist to the left of my channel or on my actual channel page, you'll be able to see a whole list of my favorite apps that I use working day in, day out. So, Any Card at Any Time, ACAAT, yeah, something like that. Any Card at Any Time by Sébastien Macak and Felipe Molina. This app essentially replicates the stopwatch on your iPhone or Android device. So, it is available for iOS or Android. Yes, iOS or Android. The links are below for either one of those platforms. So I know what you're thinking. Replicating a stopwatch? What's the point of that? Well, this app specifically forces either a number or a position in a stack. I know what you're thinking. We've seen this before. Tempest obviously came out by Illusionist a long time ago, and Tempest was a great app, but this takes it to another level. So I'm going to start with one little negative, and it's not a big negative, but this essentially is an app that forces a number or a position in a stack. This didn't have to be limited to an any card at any time or any card at any number type plot, right? I don't want to be carrying a deck of cards around whilst I'm using my apps. I tend to see a lot of apps as a casual thing. I'll just have them on my phone, right? So this is something that I'd like to perform when I'm out and about, just casually with friends. And it obviously translates into corporate and weddings and all that other stuff as well. But I kind of like apps to just sort of be on the fly, right? What I didn't really like was the fact that it was pigeonholed as any card at any time, sort of immediately making me think, well, I've got to carry a deck of cards with me now. This app is much more than an any card at any time type plot. So some of you might be comparing it to apps like Chronoforce or Tempest, both of which don't really sit on par with this app as to the functionality and what it can do. For example, in Any Card at Any Time, you can have a stack used and your own custom stack. So I'll come into demonstrating the app in a little bit, but I just want to touch on the instructions. The instructions, I think this app was originally in French. I know a lot of the Facebook group, there's a lot of French people sort of writing and it's sort of a bit hard to translate sometimes. Now what's kind of cool is that Sébastien and Felipe just went, right, we need to accommodate for English-speaking languages, and they've gone and made a video which is overdubbed in English for all the routines taught in the instructions. The instructions themselves are in English as well. So let's just touch on input methods briefly, because you know I love the input method. This is done out in the open, extremely easy. There's no sort of convoluted moves, everything's justified. You open your phone, you go to the stopwatch. It is cool. It's just really cool, the input method and the way that the app gets off the ground straight away. So the input method on the app allows you to do two things. You either can input a number or you can input a card. Obviously this works for when you are doing your stacked performance. As well as that, you can either choose to have your reveal in the hundredths of seconds position on the stopwatch, or by having the hundredths of seconds and seconds added together to make the final number. Now this is really cool, and this is done within half a second of inputting your number. It's a really cool choice that you can have, whether you want to have it as just the hundredths of seconds or the seconds and the hundredths of seconds combined to create this number. A really nice little touch in this app. So here we go, a little demonstration just to show you what I've mentioned. So let's say the number was 23. If we open up the app, you can see that the app runs and starts normally. You don't want to lap yourself, but we'll reset it and it can start again. The spectator can start the stopwatch, and anywhere they like, I can stop, and that'll be 23 in the hundredths of seconds. But let's try it now with the hundredths of seconds and the seconds being added together. Again, the stopwatch works normally. They can check it themselves. They start at any time they like. You can see the numbers going. If I press stop, 17 plus 6 is 23. And you have your number reveal that way. So there we go, that was just a little demonstration of what I meant a little bit earlier on by how you can get this number forced. If you join the Facebook group, there's so many ideas going around. There's one that I really like with the drawing duplication, which is just worth the price of the app alone. And I think the app is about 14 euros, 15 euros, something like that, which is nothing for what this app does. It is definitely a step up from apps like Chronoforce or Tempest, in my opinion, and it can definitely aid in your card magic or mental magic. The settings in the app are really cool as well. You even have an option to choose your provider. So I'm with Vodafone here in the UK. I can just type in Vodafone and that shows up at the top of the screen. I think they originally come with a pre-programmed one in France, but you can change all of that. There are also certain little hints that you get on the screen which ensure that the number that you've programmed in is the correct one that's being forced. And now that, as a working performer, is incredibly useful. It is a must. There's a lot of apps out there that just wish and hope that you've entered in the right combination, but with this app you know that you actually have by looking at a specific point on your phone. Also, the fact that the watch can be started and stopped prior actually doing the force with a number is kind of cool as well. I really like that the spectators can handle it and show that it's a normal working stopwatch beforehand. Not that you need to draw too much heat on that, but it's just a nice simple added convincer. You also get 2 routines explained in the instructions and in the video instructions. The first routine is a sort of any card at any time, requiring 2 decks of cards. The spectator chooses a deck, that deck gets shuffled. The spectator then freely names a card. What you're then able to do is give them the stopwatch and get them to time you how long it takes for you to find that card. Once you find the card, they stop the stopwatch, and with the number that is now forced on the stopwatch, which they stop at, you can now count down that many cards in the other deck, and the card that they freely named is at that position in the other deck. That is really strong. The second routine basically allows the spectator to take out any card that they want. The card gets placed back into the deck and the deck is mixed up. The magician then gives the spectator his stopwatch on his phone and says that the record is about 15 seconds. The spectators then press start and the magician, in about 15 seconds, guesses what this card is. The spectator can see the numbers on the stopwatch, and whatever number it is, the spectator can deal down in the deck and their card is at that number. For the price that this app is, I really don't think you can go wrong. It is such a significant upgrade to other apps like this that have gone before. I think Sébastien and Felipe have done a great job at bringing this out. And because you know I like to try and give you guys something every now and then, we have a little competition for you. So, competition time. Between Sébastien and myself, we thought it would be quite cool to give away 2 versions of this app. And this is how you win one. What we want you to do is to create your own routines, how you would use this app in the best way possible for you. Write those ideas below, how you think you might use it, what might be a cool way of incorporating this into your existing routines, and think outside the box. Remember, this isn't just something that has to be done with cards. It is a way of forcing a number after all. Obviously, don't go into loads and loads of detail. Just give us the gist below in the comments. You want to keep some of the secrets for yourself. And the 2 routines that me and Sébastien feel are the best out of the lot will be given 2 codes to redeem this app free of charge. So this competition will run for exactly 1 week from today. This review will go out on Monday the 6th of July and it will run till Monday the 13th of July. So get in the pot, get creative, let us know what you would do with this app. Remember, this isn't just any card at any time. This is literally any time for anything, right? So the 2 winners will be revealed next Monday, Monday the 13th at 6 PM GMT. What I will do is place those 2 winners in the pinned comment and also in my little links bit below this video. So get creative and let me know what you guys can do. So there we go, guys. Not only an app, but a competition for you this week. Any card at any time really is a great app and worthy of being in anyone's arsenal. So pick it up from iOS or Android. Links are below. Pick up your copy today. And anybody that's taken the time to comment below and enter the competition this week, remember it's from Monday the 6th of July to Monday the 13th. I wish you all the best. Guys, thank you very much for watching the review. Stay safe and I'll speak soon. Ciao.